Hello, hello. Good morning, Stampers and crafty friends. How are you today? It is Monday and it is the last week of February. Like, really, where has the time gone? I'm just like, anyway, I really need to start finding and getting more interviews again. It's that time. It's that time. Okay. So it's another week, last week of February. Oh, I just can't get over it. How's the weather? Say hello, like, share, comment, and to be entered in the draw. I want to make sure I've got sound going well here. Okay, I'm good. Oh, I forgot to put my do not disturb on. Oh no. Good morning, Shell. How are you today? How's the weather there? It's kind of cloudy here right now, so hopefully the sun comes up. I don't even know how cold it is supposed to be today. But anyway, I am down to 2 weeks before crop, so I've been busy trying to make sure we have everything ready. So it's a new week, so what's happening? Well, last week I shared samples and a sneak peek to the Homemade Sweetness Mega Stamp Camp. So I'm hoping you can register by March 2nd. You can email transfer as well. And and pay by credit card. March 3rd is when the new catalog, the new online exclusives go live. So we want to make sure we just don't run out of product. And I don't have to expedite. I'm hosting another card buffet in Eli. So at the Swallow's Nest, it's always so much fun. So there's 10 cards to choose from, and you get to make 6 of the cards in the buffet. And if you want additional cards, then it's just another $5 more for each additional card. And it also includes lunch from a local catering company. It's so delicious and so cozy and fun to be. Last chance products are still there, so don't forget to pick those up. And reminder that these are starting to go. So next week we're going to talk about some retiring product. The 2024-2026 is retiring. And so it's time to restock on those if they're your favorite colors. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Barb. Good morning, Kathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope the weather is nice in your end of towns. So today is Monday. So today for Monday, as always, is Global Design Project Day. And so this week's Global Design Project is Case the Designer. And which, I pretty much knew was going to happen. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah. And because I don't know if you noticed, but there's a theme, right? It goes sketch challenge, and then it goes theme, then it goes designer, and then I believe it goes color challenge. I believe that's how things work. But I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. Why is this? Sorry, I'm just catching things as we go along here. I'm a little slow today. It was a crazy busy weekend. And then I just realized that I screwed up on my Lovely Blossoms sample sheet and copied the wrong, I just forgot to edit everything. So that was pretty dumb. So anyway, there's my entertaining moment with you for today. Every day there's gotta be something funny. Okay, so hope you've had a good peek at that one. So this week, though, I'm focusing more on the Lovely Blossoms. Ignore this bottom half. I'm going to try and cut it off. The Lovely Blossoms specialty, or it's not even specialty. It's just designer series paper, I believe. Yeah, okay, so the colors are wrong. But these are the colors, and actually this pack is quite unique. It does feature, and I'll have to redo this sheet. It does feature Crumb Cake, Cloud Color, Old Olive, Petal Pink, and Secret Sea. And I'm totally out of cloud cover cardstock. So I'm hoping my cardstock arrives tomorrow as scheduled. But these are the gorgeous colors. Now, I say this is a unique pack because it actually comes with 12 sheets, which is normal. However, instead of 2 designs each, 6 each. It's actually giving you 3 of each design. So you're only getting 4 patterns instead of 6. And these are I already cut one up. And these are the 4 patterns, which you see here. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, whereas normally when I show you my sample share, there's 6. So these are the, actually I even screwed that up. That shouldn't be there. What the heck is going on there, me? Okay. So these are the 4. That's funny. Okay, these are the 4. And then I just want to point out that actually it's an ephemera sheet or scrapbooking page, because you can cut these out. These are, 4 by 6. And then you have 3 by 4s. And then in the last row, you have 3 by 4s, 3, 6. And you have 2 by 2s on the bottom, which can be used for other things. So this is the product of the month as well. So I want to start really showing you how to maximize. So if you get the entire suite, you can really do a lot with this. Now, not only that, but there's also a sticker pack. So you can get the designer series paper for $17 plus a sticker pack. If you add on the sticker pack, I believe it's $23. And this is great for cards as well as scrapbooking, right? So you can use it for each one. In fact, we could probably steal one off here and use it for today. Yeah, we could. Let's do that. Well, maybe. We'll see. So I'll have to see how. You tell me. Okay. And then the die set is that unique. Now, you've probably seen these made already 50 million times by other demonstrators. But I love the die set because it has this unique feature, these 2 unique features, which you can actually, cut out and use on cards, 3D projects, whichever scrapbook pages, doesn't matter. And I've got lots of product to show you on that. And then these are the stamps. Now, I really like the fact that you have small and then larger sentiments. Like there is 9 sentiments on this one. So that's a lot. And that is really handy for so many things, right? Okay, so what are we creating? So, and I'll just tell you, it also comes with the suite also comes with this, which took me forever to get. Don't ask me why. But it has the lovely stripes, so we'll be playing with that. And then the cloud cover ribbon, which is really thick, and I'm not a big fan of these because it's too thick. I personally struggle tying a bow, but I'll show you what we can do with that. And then it also includes a set of dots, or embellishments, which is currently not available. And these will not be available, I think they're the Moody dots, till April. And I believe the reason being why it sold out is it was part of the virtual retreat. It was also part of the online class. There was a Lovely Blossoms online class. And so it literally sucked everything up, I think. Plus free shipping, and that just blew everything out of the water. So I did sign up for the online class, and there's one other project I haven't created yet. Well, I don't want to show you yet because I think I might use it for Friday. And we created these beautiful tags, these 3 here, which are really nice and would look great on a card. And I'll probably convert that this week to show you. And then we created a bigger card, which is a 5 by 7. Shocking, right? And so they did show us how to create an envelope with that as well. So you'll see some of this suite this month in the card buffet. But also, I'm going to be showcasing it this week. And then also, I will, it is part of this month's Get Crafty Club. So if you want to be part of my card club, you will get a sampling of the half a pack of the designer series paper. You'll get half a roll of the ribbon. You'll get some gems. And then 4 of these cards you see here will be part of your club kit. Okay, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and that's the end of it. Okay, let's get crafty. Today won't be a hard day, because look at that beautiful design. It's not a difficult one. And it's a fun one. So she really went whimsy with this and bright colored, which I love. She did use my printing doesn't showcase it as much, but she's got some, I think, Coastal Cabana, but she has a weird cut here on the bottom, and I don't know if that's just because of the way the card is angled, but I'm assuming that is what it is. And then she used an embossing folder, and she also used the, what's it called? Spotlight on Nature dies. So I did pull it out as well. And then some ribbon, and then she used the fun, that one's in the, which one's that one? I can't remember which stamp set it is, but I have it. It's, I think the retiring soon one. It has like retired, etc. It's so cute. Okay, just sipping my cold coffee. So what are we creating? What are we doing in casing with Leah Dixon's card? So because we are using the lovely blossoms, this is what I came up with. Showcasing her. Oh, I just realized I didn't cut my designer series paper. Okay, well, I guess we're going to be doing that. So let's get the pieces together, and as we walk through, I'll show you what I did, and then I'm also going to change it up a bit just to show you some fun stuff. Now, I just realized that I didn't cut all of my designer series paper. So we're going to need that, and we're going to need that. And then, sorry, it's all stacked here, so I'm just trying to pull everything out so that I'm not lost. Well, I am lost, but you know. And I think we're good there. I don't need this up here right now, so let's move that. Okay, so I need 3 strips of designer series paper, and I went with this one. Now, how long is this one? 8. Perfect. Okay, so I need 2 strips that are 1 inch width and 4 inches. That's what I chose. I chose 4 inches, but you could do 4 1/4. You can do, you could probably get away with 4 1/2, I'd say, but nothing more than that. Now, the reason I chose 4 is I'm frugal. So I like to keep as much of my designer series paper and maximize it because it's 12 by 12. So if I do 4, I get a lot more. Let's see. Okay, so it is a little longer. So I could have went a little longer then. That one's 4. Oh, it's shorter. Guess I need another strip. I know I have another strip somewhere. Yep, that one's short. So, oops. Now, which strip is the right strip? Okay, 1 inch. Move that aside, and 4, because I'm going to use the other side with this pink. We could have used 3 different patterns, actually, or 3 different sheets of designer series paper. And then I need 4 inches of the cloud cover. Love the cloud cover in here. And then we need 1 inch. So this is 2 inches wide, so I'm going to get 2 pieces out of this one at 4 inches by 1 inch, which is kind of cool. So there, so we got the 3. And so we got that. And then I took a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's this, and embossed it with the folder. Now, where did I put that folder? Oh yeah, here. So the lines on this folder are actually straight, but what I did was I put my paper in at an angle. I stuck it in here at an angle so that way I would get my stripes going at an angle, just to give it a little more whimsy look and not be so boring per se. So I did that. And now what I wanted to show you is, like I said, this was a standard piece of cardstock, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then this one is 4 by 5 1/4. Let me just double check. Oh wait, so maybe this was 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, yeah, so I cut this to 4 by 5 1/4, 2 pieces. But after I ran it through the embossing folder, I wanted to show you how much that I lost 1/8 of an inch in shrinkage. And I lost 1/8 of an inch only because the cardstock, when it pinched and put all of these, like this is a very detailed and hard press. Like you can, it's like Braille. You can feel the bumps that it shrunk the cardstock by 1/8 of an inch. So, you know, tip here, I usually like to cut my cardstock to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, like your standard, and then I'll emboss it and then trim it to size, because you do get that issue. Like it's, let me just make sure I'm lined up perfectly. So you will sometimes with certain embossing folders lose paper. So just because it pinches and lines it all up nice and tight. So now I'm gonna just stick this in my paper trimmer and make sure I am, so this is 4, so I have to go 1/4 inch smaller. So I'm gonna go 3 3/4. Okay. And I'm just gonna make sure, because sometimes also it'll put your paper crooked. And then it literally, you got to find your 90-degree angle again. So, but this one isn't bad. It lined up perfectly straight here, which means my edge there is straight. Yeah, right, Shell? It does. Now, also, a lot of people were saying with this folder that it was, they were ripping, like they were getting ripping from this folder. I didn't. I did take a bit of water and spritzed my paper because people were saying that, but I found nothing wrong. So it could just be maybe your emboss machine, or it could be, I don't know. I didn't find any problem with it. Like I didn't, as soon as I was done, it didn't rip when I tried to lift it off the embossing folder. But hey, everybody is different. Now, I did find that also because it's very, very bumpy, liquid glue, you definitely need a bit more. So I was using Seal Plus. Okay. So now, easy peasy, make sure you know which direction your cardstock is going. So mine is vertical on that one. And then we're just going to go at angles. I've made this card so many times. I think we did this card once already too. This pattern anyway. So it's a fun one. It's fine. It's so easy and great way to get rid of scraps if you have them lying around, right? Okay, I think we did this in the last training session at team meeting. And then our circle is just going to go in the middle like so. So now I'm just going to show you here. Let me just grab a sheet of designer series paper because I want to show you what I did. So on this designer series paper, there's these 4 3x4s. So I took this one, and you can see here I fussy cutted it because I wanted to see what, at first I did the oval and I did not like it because it covered too much. So then I went in and I just fussy cut around like crazy and made this card to get that card on there. Let me just see. I think I did it once. So here's the oval where I just fussy cut around it, and you can see it's quite large. Whereas this one here, by the time I cut it, it doesn't look as big. Oakley dokley smoky. Okay, so I'm going to do it differently, and we're going to stamp instead. So I'm going to take some scrap that I had sitting here, and I'm going to take a scrap piece of, I have all my stuff piled up, so it's, okay, I'm going to need that too. Now everything's just getting piled up, and now I can't find anything. Okay, you two I don't need anymore, so I'm going to stick you here because you're just creating clutter for me and making it hard for me to find my papier. I have my paper sitting here. Where did it go? Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Okay, so we're going to stamp. So I'm going to use, that one was a paper, so I'm just going to use the regular stamp for now. And so we're going to grab the big flower. And I'm going to stamp that. And then you're going to want to leave some gap, right? So look how beautiful that is. I did not get ripping, and I did not use water. I use this folder a lot. Yeah, see, so to each his own, right? But there was lots of comments about it, you know, ripping. So I was like, oh, okay, good to know. Ah, it's beautiful. You know, it's a beautiful flower. It's just, it's stamped so nice. Okay, so we have two. Now, I've got lots of gap because the dies need to fit. And then I'm going to go in with the flower. Now this one, or the stem, sorry. I probably should use my positioner because I've done this a couple times and I could not get it even. But maybe this time we're in luck. Oh yeah, that stamped way better. So I was like, I'll show you a trick when you screw up. But I didn't screw up. So I'm going to do two opposite of each other. Just because there's only one die for this one, by the way. And then we just need to die cut those. So on here, there's the die cut that fits here. And then the die cut that fits this flower. He's a fatty. So there's two fat ends on that side. So just look for those. See, they're really wide. And then that'll help you position your die. And then you have your stem, which is this one here. So then we're just going to die cut those out. Now, I cheated already and did those. I don't have my magnetic sheets. They haven't come and arrived yet. So I'm hoping they come tomorrow too. So then, I think it said Tuesday. So then that way I can get those done. Okay. So I already die cut my pieces. And then I started putting adhesive and I'm like, oh wait, no, this is for class. So here they are. So now I'm just going to do a little tricky trick. And I'm going to grab my, what is it? Petal pink. So let me find my petal pink. Oh my gosh, where are you? There it is. Okay, so I'm going to grab light petal pink. And because we just have that splash of petal pink in there. And then I'm just going to come in and just add a little bit of color to the center there. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of color here on those lines. Okay, or beside the lines, on the lines, whichever one you like. Okay. And then that will help just add a little bit of color and a little bit of pink to coordinate with the other piece. So if you haven't picked this up, it's available. It's gone on back order a couple times already, which is why I have not featured it, but now it seems to be holding steady. However, the only thing that's missing right now is the embellishments, which is totally fine by me. So those are good to go. So we have that. Now there's also one little die in here. We'll use the other one for another day. And they have 2 sentiment label dies. They got a really, really skinny one. And then you got the round or this long, oblong, oval kind of shapey, which I like. So then, and I've used that one a lot. And then, so I got the label here. And then we're going to have on there, there's so many different sentiments, but they've got the 3 or 4 that are really small, but this one doesn't fit on there so very much because of the tail on the Y. So we're going to use happy birthday. And so I'm just going to grab some Secret C again, my favorite color. And we'll tap. Oh, wow. Delay is really bad. So tap, tap, tap. And hopefully we get it right because I can't get my head over there. But let's make sure. I'm just going to try and position this in the center as best as I can because I can't get my head over it. Oh, pretty good. And now it says happy birthday. Okay, so we have all of that. And now we just really need to do one more crazy thing. And that is trim the ribbon. I find the ribbon is a little too long. So I'm going to go at about... I'm going to go 10 inches. So I'm using my grid paper as a guide. And I'm going to trim it roughly at 10. Oops. And then we're going to fold it in half a couple times. So that's 1, 2. And I'm not very good at this, by the way. So we shall see how this turns out. Okay, because my first one was not very straight. So then we're just going to take it and I'm going to trim it in half. Yeah, so when I first did it, I was like, oh, I can't cut straight. So I'm just going to go in small strokes because I think I tried to do the whole length of the ribbon and I was like, oh, that didn't work. And I got to try and keep the ribbon together. My fat fingers don't move very well. Okay. Let's see, where am I at? I'm down here. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so I'm super excited because every day, every Saturday in March, I am booked with like crafty events. So fun. Seriously, it's insane. So in a good way though, I'm really excited about it. Especially my mega camp. So if you want in your local, you can come over to my place to do mega camp. Otherwise, everything will be recorded, loaded, ready for you. I've got a cool mystery challenge card to make. It's a lot of fun. I think it'll be cute. And oh, the projects we came up with. Awesome. Okay, so I kind of did it straight, kind of not. Oh, what happened here? Why do I have, did I accidentally cut something? Okay, we're okay. So now it does fray a bit. I didn't care. I'm okay with that because once you tie it in a bow, it's good to go. But if you're not okay with that, here's a little trick. Should have saved this for tomorrow. So we're just going to take some adhesive and I'm just going to put it on my silicone mat. Like so. And then what you can do if you don't like you don't want the fraying, then you can just run the edge that was cut on that adhesive there. And because it is glue, it'll just hold it in place. Now you can also take some and just put it on your finger. It's kind of like art class. And that will help keep it from, what do you call it, shredding? So that is an option. So like that. I personally didn't do it and I'm okay with the shredding. I think it gives it, see, look how easily it peels off. I personally think it gives it some style. And it's not really going to shred that much it'll only shred once you build it, and then after that, it's really not going to peel much. Okay. Oh, it's stuck to my fingers. We all know how much I love liquid glue, but there it is. Okay, so we'll use that one for the bow, and we'll use this one. I don't know what I did there. I somehow cut something in half. Okay, so we also need the embellishments. So because the embellishments are in back order, anytime that happens, I always like to go back to my jewels, my basic pearl jewels. And then, I'm going to move these steps around my way. I'm going to grab the dark Secret C because I want these to be dark. I'm going to color, because you can color these. Now you can color the white, I believe, on the Moody Dots pack as well, once it becomes available. But seriously, I don't think it becomes available until like April. So that is way too long for me. So for Let's Get Crafty Club, you will get a pack of these basic gems. There we go. There's the 3 dots. So we're going to just let that dry for a bit. And now we can assemble. Some assembly required. Now I know I did this a little, well, similar to what she did, but slightly different. Where did I put my sample card? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're going to glue this on. So you can use whatever adhesive you like, but for me, I'm going to use Seal because when I have lots of bumpiness like that, I just get paranoid and like to use something stronger. I just don't trust myself in making sure I have the right. Now, it's very foldy, so I added a little more adhesive just to keep the ends flush. And I have, okay. And then we're just going to line that up as always, right? Super duper simple, like so. And then we're just going to add our strips. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. Hang on, I forgot. We're not supposed to do that. So I'm just going to grab a silicone mat. Rewind. So I'm just going to grab my silicone because we have to wrap the ribbon first. I forgot I have to do my ribbon. I'm just so used to doing layer first. Okay, let's make sure I got this in the right way. Okay, so I'm just going to put that way. And then we're going to do our cloud cover. Or not. Running low on seal as well. And then just make sure I'm pretty even-ish. And then our pink one just goes in the middle. I wanted the pink to overlap, so that's why that's why I'm doing it last rather than second. Okay. And then this one just overlaps. So I still have fuzzies on my hand. So from all the glue, it's like stuck there, see? Okay, so we got that. So now, since I have all that adhesive on the back, which is awesome, I'm just gonna take, oh, actually, I don't even have the adhesive in the right spot. So I'm just gonna add a piece there and a strip there. And I'm probably gonna use tear tape. So which one is the shortest one? This one? Okay. So then just going along the middle, or finding that is so not the middle. Where is the middle? Roughly there. So we're just gonna fold those over to get to the middle. So it's roughly here. Huh, because I don't have adhesive there. That's why. That's funny. Oh, I don't have any here either. Too funny. Okay. So, just to be safe then, I'm going to add some tear tape over top. Hold those down while we finish. Okay. Now I can put it on here. Duh. Okay. That looks about right. There's a lot of seal on there, so let's make sure it's flush. And I got some kind of fraying going on up there. Okay, now the long piece is just gonna go in here. I'm gonna tuck it, come on. It's sticking to my fingers because I have all that glue on there. And I'm just gonna tie a knot. Now, you can use whatever ribbon color you want, but I just want to use cloud cover. Where's my center? There. There we go. Kaleidokally. So I'm just going to pinch that, and then I'm just going to tie a bow. Okay, and if you don't like bows and you don't want to cut your ribbon, that's fine. Then just use, just leave it and you can put a knot. Because, you know, not everyone likes bows. Why is my piece so off? That's hilarious. Okay, let's try that. Like, why? Oh my. I'm going to unknot that again and pull off of from this side. Let's see. A little better. But usually when I have the longer piece, then I usually do that piece as the wrap around. So I'll just do this one as the bow and this one as my wrap. Because I'll lose my little bit there while wrapping. Wow, I'm just having lots of problems today. And I went to bed on time, so what's going on? Some days you just have those moments in crafting. Okay. I just feel a little out of place or nothing seems to be lining up. There. Okay, we'll trim later. Now a circle. So we're going to take our circle. We got all of our pieces here. And I have my other one. And we're going to use dimensionals on these. So I'm going to take out my minis and my big ones. So we'll do the big flower first, I think. I think I'll do the big one first, and we'll put that one there, and then I'll put the other one here. So we'll grab, well, probably just need one there. Who says you need a million? And then grab another one for this one. Okay, like that. And then I already have this one on dimensionals, so I'm just going to stick that one in on that side. And then this one will stick here, like so. So then now we've got that opposite effect, and then it fills up the card a bit. So then we need a couple, we'll just do a couple minis. One there and one here. And peel those back. So, you know, leaves don't have to be green, right? They can be blue. So there we go. And then we just need our happy birthday. So then our happy birthday will just run right across on top like so. Or you could put it on the bottom, the top, wherever you like and feel most comfortable. Now, because everything's already raised and I'm just going to put it right on top, I'm just going to add some adhesive here. What's going on? Oh my. Okay, that was messy. Oh, yeah. That was messy. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Okay, so we're just going to tuck these ends in because it's a lot wider. Seriously, would cut a new one. That's so much adhesive on my hands. Okay. I'm just that type of girl. Sticky Fingers. Maybe I should have named my company Sticky Fingers, but then that would be probably insinuated in so many different ways. And then, so it doesn't matter how you just decide which direction you want it to go, and then just stick that happy birthday on there. Ooh, very cute. Or maybe a little lower. We'll go a little lower down here to just cover up that blank spot in the middle. There. Not bad, not bad. I think I need to slide it over just a bit. Too much. Too much slide. There we go. Let your backbone slide. Okay, and then that will just go right there in the middle, this going over top. Perfect. So then I'm just going to add more. It's going to make it a little thicker. So, you know, watch what you do with the mail. Otherwise, you can easily give it as a, like hand it in as in person. Okay, and I think that's straight. Is that straight? Oh. Just a wee bit more. I think that made it worse. Yep. There we go. Okay. Now, again, if you don't like those strands, feel free to trim them down. It doesn't bother me, so I'm good. Okay, and then now we're just going to take our card base because we have a smaller Secrecy base. A sticky day for you. Yes, it's a very sticky day. What's going on? You know what? Yesterday too, we had chicken wings late. So late dinner last night, super late. And so, and yeah, it was like so messy because the kids wanted barbecue. We wanted hot sauce, and then you got to make your blue cheese dip. And we made our wings from scratch, right? We didn't buy them or anything. So we had to marinate them and then deep fry them, then you toss them in the sauce. Oh, so delicious. Then I made homemade veggie dip to go with veggies on the side, and then made blue cheese dip, homemade blue cheese dip. So it's like, okay, guess we'll be eating at 8:30. Yeah, this was one of those days. Yay, got rid of that sheet. Okay, so now we're just going to take our colored, remember we colored these up, and then we're just going to add them. Now this one, so here I was able to just add the 2 and then the 3 because this was smaller. But you can see here, this is a lot bigger. So we're going to take 1 and I'm going to put 1 here. And then I'm going to take the next big one and put 1, let's see, over here. And then I'll add the 3rd one way up there. Okay, so there we go. There's our 3. So there's our card. So here in the first one, let me know which one you like better. Here I did some fussy cutting from the designer series paper. And then here we stamped. So those are the 2 differences. So let me know which one you like. Other than that, we are done for today. So that is our global design project. This was the plan. 3 stripes with a circle and then some kind of embossing folder. So there's our 3 stripes with a circle and then the embossing folder underneath. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we will see you again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Have a great day, and happy stamping. Bye.